I just don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, we just can't have nice things in this save. We had a brilliant 16-year-old goalkeeper, 4 clean sheets in his first 9 league matches. He went out with an injury at the beginning of the last episode. It's fine. We had a backup goalkeeper, Saulo, who was okay if unspectacular, but we had the brilliant idea that we were just going to go to our third-string goalkeeper, a 6'5", 22-year-old named Pedro Montavani. And that plan absolutely fell apart before the next match because he picked up a hip injury in training, and he's basically out for the rest of the season. Which means, my friends, we had to go back to Sao Paulo as we took on Botafogo on the road. By the way, welcome back to our Youth Academy Challenge with Ituano in Série C in Brazil. I'm Mr. Cellophane, and if you've been enjoying the series so far, please hit that like button below. It's that thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Sao Paulo was pretty good in this match. He faced a ton of shots, but he stopped all but one, and we just could not score. We ended up dropping a 1-0 decision. He did get a clean sheet in the next match against what was frankly stiffer competition in Ferroviaria. 2-0. Nicholas was excellent in this match, picking up a pair of goals. He has been absolutely fantastic so far this season. 16 appearances in Série C, 7 goals, 9 assists, way outperforming his XG, way outperforming his XA. He did get a couple of offers from Portimonense, and we did turn them down because, frankly, he's our best player, and they weren't very good. He's got a release clause, and he didn't like when we told him that he had a release clause, and we'd be happy to sell him for that release. It's only like 850 grand. It's not a huge amount of money in the grand scheme of things, but, well, at least he is still with the team. But, of course, discord ensued. We're not even going to talk about that right now. The problem is Nicholas playing well was just not enough. And Sao Paulo, a 7.4 rating in this match where we lost 3-1 to Anápolis. That just tells you how many shots on goal we faced. He wasn't very good, and he also wasn't very good the following week on the road at Grêmio. We lost 4-1. Gabriel Rosera managed to score, but at that point it was already 2-0. We just were awful. So we decided to go with plan C and bring in João Pantera for our next match, and he just wasn't good enough. I mean, we brought him in relief a couple of times when Sao Paulo was crapping the bed in the last 2 matches. He played okay there, but he's still given up 4 in less than 3 full appearances. Just nothing is working, and Andre is not quite ready to come back. So after losing 4 of our last 5, we have 2 matches remaining in the season. We still find ourselves in 5th place on the Série C table, but a very precarious position, only 3 points separating us from being on the inside where we are now to the outside looking in for the 3rd straight year. Now, before you think I'm seeing everything as only doom and gloom, have no fear. I am looking at the bright side. We've got 2 matches left. We played 17. We already have 27 points on the board. That is 2 more than we have ever received in either of the previous 2 seasons in this save. Now, 5th place is probably going to be the highest we could finish if we win out, because we are 5 points behind America de Natal, Santa Cruz, and Paysandu. I don't see all 3 of those teams losing both of their matches. We are keeping our eye, though, on the scoreboard as we move forward. There are 2 matches we really are focusing on, and that is number 9, Anápolis, hosting number 7, Itabaiana. We are still 3 points ahead of Anápolis. All we need to do is outpace them for the remainder of the season, and we should be pretty good. Botafogo is in 6th place. They are breathing down our neck. We have 1 more win than they do, but we are even on points with them. They are at home against CSA. Meanwhile, Madureira, our final week matchup, they're in 8th place. They're at home taking on São Bernardo, who are currently occupying a spot in the relegation zone. Do have 1 change for this match that we definitely need to make. Juan Richard picked up a yellow card in the last match. He is suspended for this one. So Gabriel Abdias is in. Thank God he is available, because Leo Isadora and Guilherme just weren't getting the job done during that wilderness period. We have also made the decision to go with João Pantera in goal over Saulo. Saulo, while on paper the better goalkeeper, he just hasn't been training well. He's on the decline. He's been kind of grumpy at different points of the season. João Pantera, I think he may give us that little edge. So he will be in goal with a back four of Abdias, Canella, Carlau, and JP. Pereira Silva will be partnered in the midfield with Victor Reis. Vinny Oliveira will patrol the left flank. It's going to be Nicolas on the right. Hopefully he can add to his goal tally on this season. Already 16 goal contributions in 17 Série C matches. I love it. And we unfortunately still, though, don't really have a lot going on up the middle at striker. We have seen injuries to Gabriel Rosera, and we have now seen an injury to Rodrigo Haruki. So Lucas Stefanello will be paired with Jay Carlos. 3 changes in this match for Floresta. I don't know if they are players that are rotating in or rotating out. Either way, we just need to put on the best performance we can, and we need a solid performance out of our goalkeeper, João Pantera. That is absolutely critical, because while we've been up and down with our offense, a lot of that seems to stem from the fact that we go behind, and we go behind early, and I blame a lot of that on Saulo. Ball over the top, that goal will be disallowed. Emerson Tucal way behind the defense, but already just 30 seconds into this match, and Floresta showing that they are going to be a threat to us. They're already dominating in possession as well. 8 minutes in, they have the ball again. Keiki into the middle. Robinson Almeo. They've got a man wide open on that far sideline, but right now they're going to hold up play in their own end. Nunez getting it up. Iago, Tiaguinho through the defense. Tueco is going to be offside again. He just could not bend his run. Our center backs absolutely need to do better. In fact, we are dropping our defensive line a little bit lower because I want to make sure that he just does not have that room behind our line. Keiki, though, getting past his man. He'll lay it off to Diogo Matos. Keiki again, side angle shot. It's going to be deflected and come to Tiaguinho. Nobody picked him up near the penalty spot. And it's Floresta 1, Ituano 0. And here we go again, my friends. We were doing so well. Ball coming in off the post. I don't know, we were just watching it. Tiaguinho was the only one who reacted. And I may seem a little bit more subdued in this video. And one, it's because I'm nervous about the position we're in. I don't know how I'm going to feel if we make it 3 years in a row without qualifying. But I also realize in these highlights, Jay Carlos from distance, it's going to be tipped behind by Cesar. No, it's not. He missed it. It just went wide, and it's a goal kick. I just realized sometimes I talk so fast that I talk myself into a corner. I become unintelligible, and I'm just trying very hard to be better understood. I realize an American accent in Football Manager is just kind of weird to some. Iago in control. Now, our defense has gotten back, but Iago just dancing through. Luckily for us, his shot's going to go up the tunnel, and it's not going to cause Pantera any issues. 6.6 for our goalkeeper, and on the live table, we have dropped into 6th place because Botafogo has taken the lead in their match, and they've got 3 points right now on the board. JP trying to put it toward the corner. It's headed away, and once again, Floresta in control. Ball forward to Emerson to Cowell. He's still got it. He's going to shoot it from about 24 yards out, and that's going to miss everything. As long as we keep allowing them to take those types of difficult, low percentage shots, I'm okay. It's when they're able to dance in, and yes, we are still waiting for Football Manager to release their new Match Engine content update number 1. It has not yet come, and until it does, I'm going to be squeezing my butt cheeks together every single time that a winger gets the ball and goes one-on-one with one of our fullbacks. We just got very lucky there. I'm not ignoring what just happened, but Holy cow, it was almost 2-0. Right now, Tiaguino's strike is the only difference. We've done absolutely nothing in this match. We have been terrible. We're not going to make any changes because I do not want to overreact. But right now, we are not looking like we need to look in this match. We are down to 6, still on 27 points. Itabaiana still on 27. Madureira still on 26. Did not check to see where Annapolis is at the moment. We will check on that to see if that gap has shrunk anymore, because if it has, we could be in big trouble if we happen to not win this match, because this is on paper the easier of the two. Keiki with a shot deflected out behind by João Pantera. It will lead to a Floresta corner. Abdias having an awful match. Nicholas on a 6.2. He's still unhappy that we didn't let him go to Portimonense. I mean, on the one hand, I can understand. On the other hand, I hope he gets our position. Another post, but this time he was offside, so it's going to come back out. He's also on a yellow card, so Nicholas being in foul trouble and just not playing well is a tough pill to swallow. Lucas Stefanello, what are you doing? We just dribble into trouble so often. Victor Reis, though, getting it back. Jay Carlos out wide. Nicholas pushing past his man into the box. Nicholas putting it on instead of looking for Stefanello. And Cesar makes a pretty easy save. I think, you know what? We just have to bite the bullet. Gil Ballara is going to come in place of Nicholas. I don't trust him out there right now. Vinny Oliveira almost loses it, but he gets it free. Gabriel Abdias to Stefanello. Pereira Silva's been excellent. Over the top, Abdias near the byline, taking it out wide toward the corner. He's got a man on him. Gets it free. Looks back. Post finds Nicholas. That's a bit of a weak effort. Jake Carlos, Nicholas, Victor Reis, and Victor Reis will equalize at 1. And now I feel bad about taking Nicholas off because he actually kind of made that play happen, didn't he? Laid it off to Victor Reis, picking up the assist. So another goal contribution from Nicholas. Thank you very much for taking care of that before we took you off of the pitch. And all of a sudden, we're looking a little bit better in this match. 1-1. I don't know if the 1 point at the end of the day, if we're able to hold on, is going to be enough to do what we need to do. Iago blocked by Pereira Silva, sending it forward. Leonan heading it down, and once again, Floresta on the attack. Robeson Alameo lays it out to Mateus Ludke. Terrible angle taken there by Abdias, but we get very lucky. It's going to be deflected out behind for a corner, and we're not going to see any further action there. 70 minutes have elapsed, and I think we need to make some additional moves up top. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that that our young 16-year-old striker is Marcus Antonio is also out? Yeah, so we have brought in another 16-year-old in Arisvaldo Pereira. Hasn't gotten any points in 2 sub-appearances so far, but hopefully he will come around at some point. But we've also been playing Caio Enrique. He hasn't really done much of anything either in 4 substitute appearances, but he's looked fairly decent in doing it. He's going to come in and replace Jay Carlos, even though Jay Carlos was involved in that earlier offensive play as well that led to the Victor Reis goal, but he just has not done enough. We do have a final third throw-in, though. Victor Reis back out wide from JP, back to the edge of the box. Reis in for Caio Enrique, drops it for Gil Ballara, and Gil Ballara puts us ahead 2-1 with less than 15 minutes left. That could do it, my friends. Now, we still have a ton of football left to play, but Gil Ballara, and I believe that was his first goal of the year. He came into this match with 4 or 5 assists in Serie C, finally finding the back of the net, and we finally find a lead in this match. And with about 5 minutes left to go in regulation, we are starting to finally take it to Floresta. We're enjoying more of the ball. They've gotten a little bit more attacking, which means they've gotten a little looser with it. There is 5 minutes of stoppage time, but they are... Oh, I said that we're going to come and go, and here we have a corner in the 96th minute to cow down, blocked, not cleared. Iago, save made by João Pantera. It will lead to one final attempt from the corner, but it will come to nothing. And Ituano wins 2-1. We remain in 5th place on 30 points. Most importantly, though, we have a 4-point lead over Madureira. And it doesn't say we've qualified yet, but there are only 3 points left on the board. We're going to make the second stage, my friends. Meanwhile, in an amazing turn of events, Náutico, who started the save in Série C, got promoted in their first year, re-relegated back to Série C in Season 3. They're going to spend Season 4 in Série D. You may remember that was a team we almost used as our club instead of Ituano. And it's good to see that we are having a higher, even though we've only been in Série C the entire time, we are achieving a higher level of success than Náutico. But now the latest victim of the Ituano curse is Cecilio Pereira Silva. He's picked up a virus. He's going to miss the next 2 weeks, so he will not be available for our final match of the regular season, nor for our match to kick off the second stage. Hopefully we will have Andre back in time when the second stage kicks off. He resumed full training only to immediately pick up a tight hamstring, and he will miss an additional 3 days. Wanted to show you all the league table before we get into our final match of the season to show that we have, in fact, without a doubt, qualified for the second stage. If we get lucky and we win by enough and Gremio loses their match by enough, we could pop as high as 3rd. I highly doubt that. We can't fall all the way into 8th because there's no way that Madureira, even though we're playing them, could potentially pass us because the first tiebreaker, as you remember, is number of games won. We've already won 9 out of 18, which I find is absolutely remarkable based on the way that we have been playing, especially after we lost 4 out of 5. But I'm very excited for this match. I don't know where we're going to end up, but I do know that Season 3 will continue beyond this episode. Rodrigo Haruki is back fit enough to start in place of Lucas Stefanella. Juan Richard has served his suspension. He is in. João Pantera is going to get the start again. Nicholas will move over to the left wing. Vinny Oliveira heads to the bench. Gil Ballara, who scored a goal, a game-winning goal in our last match, he is being rewarded with another start here. And oh yeah, because Pereira Silva is injured, as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, Igor is coming in to play defensive midfielder, which means Daniel, I think he only made 1 appearance this entire season. He is going to be ending his career with Ituano here. I don't remember if he has another year left on his contract after this one or not. Either way, we're going to be moving on for the 33-year-old. He just has not been training well. He's been on a massive decline. His attitude hasn't been great. You name it, basically. Everything you could think of, he has done in order to make us not want to select him for the team. There have even been a couple of matches, honestly, where he hasn't even made the bench. I know it seems a little harsh. First shot on goal, by the way, 10 minutes in to the opposition. We are home for this final match, and whether we win or lose, we're moving on to the second stage. Naturally, we want to be going in on a high, on a win. Mamede Cisse says, I don't think so. Blasted into the top corner to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. In fact, in the early going, this whole match has gone Madureira's way, but we are in control. Maybe we can equalize just over 20 minutes into this one. Haruki, the JP, quickly ahead. Victor Reese lays it out. Balara's got J. Carlos. Nicholas has a runner, but he doesn't see him. Victor Reese, JP. Ballara is in. Ballara shoots, and he can't beat Alan Gabetti. Easy save for the goalkeeper in the end, but some good ball movement, so that was better play, better than we have seen thus far, and our first shot on goal of the match. 1 shot's not going to be enough. Okay, so now we have 2. Not really a lot going on 35 minutes in, but I noticed Nicholas has picked up a knock. So Vinny Oliveira, I guess you're going to be playing after all. And yeah, that's going to be a shame. Hopefully Nicholas is not injured for the long term. It wasn't a big one. We didn't get a notification saying that Nicholas must come out of the match. So I'm going to take that as good news. But with Football Manager, you just don't ever know. You sometimes get, he's picked up a bit of a bruised knee, but he'll easily be able to play through it. And the next thing you know, he's out 3 to 4 months once the match is over. Great defensive play by Juan Richard. He just could not pick that ball. Iraq with a drive from just outside of the box. That's going to go wide. Jean Pantera didn't need to get a hand on that. And we are going to end the first 45 minutes of this match with a free kick highlight from Maduera and Jean Pantera making a pretty easy save. Maybe because we started with this highlight, we'll be able to move the ball forward. No, we're not. That's going to be the end of the first half, and we find ourselves trailing by a score of 1-0. We've dropped into 6th, but Botafogo has moved ahead of us. Itabaina on 30 points, Madureira on 30 points. Looking at the goal difference, I don't think Itabaina, unless we absolutely fall apart and they go to the races, will be able to pass us. So even if we end up the day where we are right now with a loss, I believe the lowest position we could finish in reality is 6th place, which is where we are right now. I'd love to be in 5th. I don't know what the difference is, or what that will mean for us. Jay Carlos deep gets it past his man, but he can't solve the keeper. In fact, I don't even think it touched the keeper. I think he just threw it all the way across the goal mouth and out, and it's going to lead to a free kick. Ballara is not having a great match. We are going to bring him out probably very soon unless he ends up doing something fantastic. 55 minutes have come and gone. We have more shots on goal, but our first 2 shots were both on target, and we still only have 2 shots on target at this point in the match. So not a lot going on. We're going to need to shake things up a bit. So Gil Ballara will come out. Pereira will take his place. Lipe will come in for Victor Reese. Lipe was out on loan. He did come back as far as the season is concerned. Well, I can't look at it from this screen. And anybody else? Well, who's anxious? Vinny Oliveira's anxious. Lipe's disenchanted. Jean Pantera's frustrated. Fantastic. A perfect recipe for success, my friends. Meanwhile, Patrick, their striker, also picked up a knock in this match. He has remained in the match, so naturally he's probably going to score or something. Juan Richard is not having a great match here either. We do have, 1 substitution remaining, so we'll use it on Juan Richard. At least Gabriel Abdias is motivated to come into this match. Oh, wait, we can do one more substitution. So we'll pull out Jay Carlos for, I guess, Lucas Stefanello, because we don't have anybody else who is a natural striker available for this match. But hey, if Stefanello does absolutely nothing, he'll end up with a better rating than half of our team for this one. I do not know why we have 0 offense in this match, why we are so toothless at home in this match, and why we are going to drop 3 points that we probably should not have dropped. I mean, they had one good opportunity, and they took it. Cisse in the 15th minute put them ahead 1-0, and they did not look back. We end up losing the match. I am far from pleased with that result, but in the end, it does not matter because, as we have already talked about, we have qualified for the second stage. We've qualified in 5th place because Botafogo dropped off, Itabaina dropped off. It ended up very tight, only 5 points separating 5th from 8th. But a 5th place finish to the season, our best yet in the save, and that means we have second stage football coming up. Now, what does that mean? I have absolutely no idea. I don't know how this works, but we will find out together when we come back in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, or if you're brand new to the channel. If you are brand new, welcome in. Good to see you. And I look forward to catching you next time as we kick off Season 3 in Série C. The second stage begins when we come back in our next episode. I hope to see you then. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.